Number 5, if it sounds too good to be true, what? It probably is. College students are targets for people trying to run scams. You know, you've got to use some common sense. And I know that you want to believe, and I know that you want everything to be just perfect and rosy. But if somebody is like sending you a letter saying, hey, come stuff envelopes and make $50,000 a year, it's a scam. I mean, if you could make $50,000 a year just stuffing envelopes, everybody'd quit their current job who make less than $50,000 a year, and they'd go stuff envelopes. If some guy is screaming at you at 4 o'clock in the morning going, just send me your money and I'll teach you how to get rich in real estate, it's a scam. The only guy making money is the one that you're sending yours to. Do you want to get rich in real estate? I mean, seriously. Okay, here. Buy low, sell high. That's for free, no charge, okay? But if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Especially if you're getting, in this electronic age, emails saying you've got money that's out there for you, you've got a scholarship. Make sure that you never pay money to apply for a scholarship. If someone's asking you to pay money to apply for a scholarship, it's a scam. All of the legitimate scholarship services are free. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you a story here that's about a little different section, and this is probably the most embarrassing story that I tell, but I think it's important to get the word out to you guys. So here's my story. When I was 16 years old, I went to a racetrack and I found a window where a teller would let me bet. And I put some money down on 2 horses. It's called an exacta. I had to pick it to where the horse came first and the horse came second, hit just right. And I hit. And I won $175. So I'm walking out of this horse racing track at 16 years of age, and I got 3 things going through my head. Number 1, I was the smartest 16-year-old on the planet. Oh yeah. Number 2, I had a lucky streak that I knew would last my entire life. And number 3, at that moment, I made the conscious decision that I was going to be a gambler. And that's what I started to do. Now, gambling back then isn't the same as it was today. We didn't have a casino on every corner. Back then it was horse racing, and then the dogs came along, and if you could, get up a poker game with a bunch of folks. But I gambled. I gambled every chance that I got, okay? Fast forward 5 years. I'm now 21 years old. I'm back at that same racetrack, and I'm still gambling. Now, when you're a gambler, it is a strange deal. You gamble because it's a game of chance, and you like the rush, and you like the jazz, right? But a gambler is always looking for a sure thing, which is that bet that you just can't lose, that you can load up on. And I was always looking for a sure thing. Well, I had a friend whose brother was a jockey, and so he could get us down into the jocks room, and we would go down there and listen to him talk. And so we're down there one day, and I overhear this jockey and this owner talking, horse owner, and this horse owner was excited. I mean, he was animated, and he was talking to this jockey, and he was saying, "This is it. We've been holding this horse back long enough. Today, let her go. Let her run." And the jockey's eyes got real big. And he looked back at that owner and he said, "Oh yeah, and she can run." And I thought, yes, I finally had some inside information. I finally had a sure thing. So I went running back upstairs to the bet window. I reached into my billfold. I pulled out my wallet, and I had $20 in my wallet. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I finally have a sure thing, and I've only got $20 to me. Well, I've got to do something. So I knew a guy. I went over to this guy, and I borrowed $500 from this guy. And I came back to the window, and I put down $500 on this horse to win. So I had my ticket in my hand. I'm walking down towards the racetrack. On the infield, there's the tote board where they show the odds. This horse was at 20-1, and the odds were going up. It was like 21-1, 22-1, and I'm trying to do the math in my head, and I'm thinking, okay, I can't quite get there, but I know this is going to be the single biggest killing I have ever made gambling. So the horses break from the starting gate, and my horse leaps out into the lead. And going into the first turn, he's up by 3 lengths. He comes around the first turn and he stretches his lead out to 6 lengths. He holds it all the way through the backstretch, comes around in turn 4, and what I was told later, had a stress fracture on his leg. Pulled up lame, came in last place. And I looked down at my hand, and I was holding a $500 win ticket that was now worthless. And it hit me that I owed $500 to some people you don't want to owe money to. If you gamble long enough, you will lose. The odds are not in your favor. They're in the favor of the house. If you look at the business plan of a casino, they can't lose money. The odds are in their favor. Can you walk into a casino and push a button and win? Sure. Can you sit down at a blackjack table and hit blackjack? Sure. But if you play long enough, eventually they're going to get you. Now, I don't gamble anymore, but I totally understand the jazz and I totally understand the interest. I don't think you should gamble, but if you're going to gamble, please promise me that you'll do this, that you'll gamble from your financial plan. And by that I mean you need to make a category on that expense side that's, call it entertainment or whatever you want. If your idea of entertainment is not dinner and a movie, but it's going to gamble, that's fine. Put whatever, $50 in there, and then you go and you gamble. What you have to do though is when the $50 is gone, you stop, you quit, you walk away. As long as you'll do that, then you'll never get in trouble with gambling. I got in trouble because every time I would lose, I would think, you know what, I can just get back by doubling down. Well, you double down long enough and you lose, you're just in twice as big a hole. Don't let gambling get you in trouble, guys.